This month we lost a member of our organizing committee and the Orlando business community. And we want to take a few moments and remember and recognize the impact that Alan Shafer had on our community. Um, a lot of you may not know Alan, or you may have met him here once or twice. You may not know who he is or what his impact is. And there's a few of us that are going to talk a little bit. We just want to let you know that we really care about the community here, and Alan was a big part of that. Alan was one of the first people that I connected with on LinkedIn back in 2007, I think. And I met him at a networking event, and I was adjacent to people who were doing business with him. I never did business with him myself, but I was privileged to know him for over 15 years. And our paths crossed in numerous different ways, and it was really neat when I joined the 1 Million Cups community a few years back, and got to see Alan after not seeing him for a few years. So he's done some presentations with us. Those are online. I'd recommend you watch him because he was a brilliant man, and his philosophies in helping people with their businesses really are noteworthy. And so if you want to go look at those presentations that he did, we absolutely encourage you to do that. And Danny, I know that you've got some things that you want to say.
Yeah, I was very fortunate to know Alan for many years. I was the one that got him into Rotary, and I was the one that got him on the board of directors of Salvation Army. He was an incredible person. He was 1 day younger than me, so I always called him Kid. What he was really noteworthy for is he always wanted to help people. He formed Seminole County Entrepreneurs. We met every other Wednesday, either at, mostly it was the Eloquent Country Club, sometimes it was at Heathrow. And he'd get a whole bunch of people together, and a little bit like 1 Million Cups, except the presentations were like 20-25 minutes. And he'd have somebody come up and talk about something special. And everybody would discuss the whole thing. It was really fabulous if you were an entrepreneur, the information that he put out. And basically what it did is it cost us $20 for lunch, and I think they charged him $19.99, so I called him a carpetbagger because he was making a penny on everybody on their lunch. He was just a wonderful guy. I don't know if anybody who tried to help more businesses than Alan. There were times he was like Shan. He was involved in 20-30 businesses, and he just wanted to help people, and that was his nature. And he was just a really wonderful person. I'm gonna miss him a lot.
Yeah, Alan, I met when I first started coming to 1 Million Cups, and he's the reason I joined. I echo everything that Scott says, and he was always willing to help, always with a smile, and he was almost like a model for me because he would tell you what you need to know, not what he assumed you wanted to know. Okay, and yeah, he was a pillar of the community. I mean, he's helped thousands of startups, thousands of entrepreneurs, and yeah, he was always very good natured. Nothing anything like me, I guess, but always good natured, always willing to help, and yeah, I'm definitely missing.
Yep.
Give you something funny about that.
Yes,
I've known him
please.
for 25 years, in the last century. And there was a time, and Denny will remember this, when we have these luncheons up at, and he bought a mattress company with no money down. And I've done that too, so we had that in common. And I said, why'd you buy that? He said, just in case things went bad, I want to have something to fall back to.
That was a very successful.
I knew Alan for a long time.
Uh-huh.
IBM is today is CEO of IBM.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in Westchester County where IBM headquarters is. Nothing but IBMers. IBM stands for I am being moved. That's what it's about. I know. And he's the one started getting into this business right now. That's the reason. IBM gave away when Microsoft, Bill Gates came to them. They said, no, it's too small, get those. Then people started coming in, compact comes in. Well, then they got suddenly woke up. Then they sent him, he was the leader, to a couple of other engineers to Florida to work on it. 6 months to come up. That's how they came into, that's how they got into computer. Otherwise they were not, otherwise they were thinking about big box. Otherwise they would have been dead. They are dead several times. But because of him, IBM is today what it is. So everywhere there's a root. This is the guy.
Wow.
Brilliant guy.
Yeah. Great story.
No, I've known Alan for a while, and we had lunch about 3 months ago, 4 months ago, and we're just kind of talking about putting some things together, and he's gonna be lost. I mean, he was always a great person that you could call and bounce things off, and hey, I've got an idea for, or how could you help me with this? And he was always willing to help and bend over backwards, to help anybody succeed. He was just a great guy.
I haven't known Alan as long as some of y'all. I met him back in 2011 when I first started my business, and I can still remember it. I met him at an event to benefit Meals on Wheels in Seminole County. And we were just chatting, and I mentioned to him what I do, and that I was starting up these groups, mastermind groups. And he goes, "Oh, I'd like to be a part of that." And so he was one of my first mastermind participants in my groups, and from that he was just, as y'all said, he's always looking to adding value. So he's like calling me like, "Oh, why don't you come talk at this group?" And when he started the National Association of Entrepreneurs that used to be at Alaqua Lakes, again, "Oh, come and do a talk to the group for this day." And it seemed like everywhere I turned where something new and different and exciting was happening, there was Alan. And that's just, again, what it was all about, was adding value to everybody.
Well, what I would like everyone to take away from this, because this is not our normal format, and we recognize that, but Alan was the type of person that 1 Million Cups reveres, and he is who the rest of us want to personify for you. If you don't have a mentor, get a mentor. I don't care what stage you are in your life. There's somebody out there. They could be older than you, they could be younger than you, but they have information that you can use, and take advantage of that, and be a mentor for somebody else. Open yourself up, be vulnerable to let somebody else ask you for help, and be there for them. And we really, really encourage that in everyone. The more you give out there, the better you become. And Alan was just an absolute model of that. So we thank you for acknowledgments of Alan's life, and we hope everyone appreciates that, and appreciates the sense of community that we have, and that we know that we have lost a pillar of our community. But we look forward to others becoming that kind of pillar. Thank you all very much for letting us give a tribute to our friend.